You ever wonder why breathwork's getting so much attention right now? Why Navy SEALs to CEOs to guys like me are doing it? I'll tell you why. Because it works. For me, it started with Wim Hof, then 𝗪𝗪, Dan Brule more recently, and a handful of other teachers. So I've studied it a lot. Do I know some things? Sure. Have I been doing it for years? Absolutely. But I'm not a guru. I'm not trying to sell you enlightenment. I'm just a guy who's tried and tested this and found what actually changes your state when life gets loud. What works for men in real life, balancing business, family, their fitness, and the constant demands of this world. Here's what I've learned over time. We're all suffering not from the lack of information, but from too much information. There's information overload. We went from knowing nothing, okay, like pre-Google, pre-AI, to knowing everything. Okay, but if you scroll long enough, you'll find one expert who contradicts the last expert. Okay, we're overloaded, we're overstimulated, we're scattered. There are entire breathwork programs out there, and I've done some of them. And to be real with you, they go on and on. They'll teach you every style of breathing, the full history, and stop just short of teaching you Sanskrit. It's too much. I don't care, and I doubt you do either. We want to know what actually works. The nugget. What is it? The thing that actually changes how you feel, think, and show up. And then we put that into action, because without action, knowledge isn't power. Without action. The same thing can be said for the fitness world. Most apps overload you with endless metrics, exotic exercises you'll never do, and meal plans that fall apart by day 3. It's not only are they filled with fluff, they're disjointed, okay? Nothing connects. Second wind changes that. It cuts through the clutter. It brings everything together. Breathwork, fitness, mindset, nutrition, into one simple, powerful system that works for real life. That's the point, and that's what we're building here. So why breathwork meditation first? It's because it's the only way to change your state today in minutes, and I need you guys to start to feel the changes happening today, to feel the momentum, okay? Before the dieting, okay, before the workout plans, before the new routines, we need to learn to control your state. And we do that through breathing. When you can learn to control how your body feels, you're going to be able to control how your emotions come through. When you can control your emotions, you can control your life. You control your actions, your outcomes, your habits. That is why we start here. That is why we anchor with the breath work.
In this first phase, we keep it simple. 30 deep breaths, fully in, fully out, and then a hold for 1, maybe 2 minutes. The first time, you'll probably only hold it for about 40 seconds, and that's okay. By round 3, something different happens, and it's not magic, it's biology. You're oxygenating your blood. You're clearing out old cells and weak tissue, pushing blood into the deepest parts of your brain, literally lighting it back up. And the longer you practice, the more your body remembers, oh right, this is what calm feels like.
And when we're not working out, we're trying to stay calm, and that inner stillness, that's what we've lost. Humans, for thousands of years, we were just, living outside, walking around, sun, barefoot in the trees. Our nervous systems were designed for that. They were in rhythm with the world. Now we're trapped in the notifications, the news, the stress, the comparisons. We scroll ourselves into exhaustion.
And we wonder why we can't focus, why we're anxious, why we're angry for no reason, and why we can't make new habits stick. We weren't designed for this. So breathwork isn't just self-care, it's self-repair. It's how we get back to center. Now here's what's happening when you're actually doing the work. You see, the brain's always firing, okay? It's just like a muscle working nonstop all throughout the day. And when you meditate, it's like taking a break while you're awake. It's like lying in a hammock with your eyes open. It gives the brain a chance to relax and reset. And when it does that, it's able to send a clearer signal to your body to produce cells at their highest and most optimal function. Now, beyond the science, beyond the biology, there is a truth. There's something else that's happening. When you drop into breath work and you can focus on the small points inside of you, maybe you focus on the atom inside your chest, inside your heart, or in your brain, somewhere in there. You can focus small, or you can expand it outwards to the edges of the universe and realize that it's all connected. The atoms in your skin are the same ones floating out in space, and there's really nothing separating us from being connected. It's it's not poetic at this day and age, and it's quantum truth. When you breathe and you focus there, you realize that you're never alone and that you're never powerless. Here's the part I love the most. Your best ideas, those solutions you've been chasing, they're already out there. They're there, they're waiting for you. You call it God, the universe, the collective consciousness, whatever it is, whatever you believe, those ideas are out there waiting for you. It's just a matter of calming the mind and tuning into them, tapping into the same frequency. What was once fuzzy and confusing becomes clear. The insight, the inspiration, everything lands. And that's not luck, that's alignment. So this is the practice. It's not just about breathing. It's remembering that you can change your state at any time that you want. Because when life hits you with stress and fear, worry, all those problems, we have two choices. You can react or you can breathe. Okay, you can react or you can respond, and you're only going to do that when you can control your emotions. You do that through the breath. Okay, react or breathe. When you breathe, you reclaim control. You stop being dragged around by your emotions. You lead it. You lead yourself. That's the real purpose of this work. It's to take control and lead yourself into the actions that will change your life. Listen, we're not here to become monks on mountaintops. We're here to lead in our bodies, in our business, and our homes. And breath work is how we do that. Just 5 minutes a day, 30 breaths. That's the start. That's the hinge that moves everything else. This is how you find your calm again. This is how you rebuild momentum. This is where your second win begins. So, when life gets loud, when you lose focus, when you feel off, don't overthink it. Just come back to the breath. Because every time you do, you come back stronger, more focused, and more aligned with your best self.